Hey everyone, we are in the Ultimate Fishing Simulator. This is the very first fishing simulator, and it's the only fishing simulator. They made a fishing simulator 2 and 3, and they redid this one, but they don't have a simulator like this one does. When I first bought this, I bought it for the simulator, and I forgot all about it being a simulator, and it was such a good game. It became a game. And then when I mastered the game, I realized I was bored but wanted to still play the game, and I started playing with it and found the simulator. And I perfected the simulator, and I wanted to share that with everyone else. So what we're going to do today is, this is your fishing simulator. This is where Betty Lake is. This is the very first lake that you get. And then you get like the winter, and then you get the Powwow Lake, and then you get Zeno's Lake, and then there's Bacal Lake, Bacal Winter, Atchafalaya Basin, Uvac River, Peñas Bay Ocean. Now these are DLCs. Moreland Lake Winter, Kariba Dam, Greenland, and Greenland Sea, Amazon River, Japan, Thailand, Taupo Lake, Florida Keys. Now all of them, you want to play all of them because each one has all these fish in it, and you have to earn all of them to use them in your fishing simulator. And when you make a game in your fishing simulator, you can share it with friends through email, and you can send them the file, and then they can add the file, and then they can play online with you. So you can get like 10 friends in there. But if they haven't caught what's in your game, they won't see it in your game. In other words, if you have a lake full of sharks, none of them caught any sharks, they won't see any fish. If they've only caught trout, they'll only see trout. That's how it is. But then again, you can't add any fish into your lake if you haven't won them. In other words, if you wanted to add a shark but you didn't get a shark, you can't add it. It won't be an option. So you have to go through the game and get everything in the game, and then you can add whatever you want. Now up here you have all these things here. Now over here you have Fishery Editor, which is your wrench and your screwdriver. You click on that and you have this thing that pops up. Now in here you can move the guy out, that blue one. You can move him out and in. Okay? You can move him sideways, up and down. You can rotate him, but it's not like an object. And you can change the size, but not of the guy. So basically, let's put a tree in. Let's change the size of the tree. So we're going to change the tree to a smaller size, bigger size. We're going to rotate the tree this way, this way, this way. Now what we're going to do is click on duplicate. First we're going to go back to directions, click on duplicate and move it this way. There's one. Duplicate again. There's two. Now up here we can undo what we just did. 1, 2, 3. Or we can delete. So we can click on the item and delete it. Yes. Delete. Yes. It's gone. Now up here you have water. Now you can bring this one down to make the water darker. Now that's the water color. This is the depth color. And this is the underwater color. This is the directions of the waves, and this is the strengths of the waves. This is the underwater effect. Now I'm going to go into a game that I've made. This is called Yellow Brown. This is my take on the Atchafalaya Basin. The Atchafalaya Basin doesn't have any big fish in it, and it should. So I made Louisiana Bayou, and basically this is it. Now I'm going to right click on with the mouse and move, and that goes to the left. Right click and move, and it goes to the right. Now if I right click and go up, I'm looking at the sky. Now if I take the mouse and I take the wheel on the mouse and I push it out, I'm moving out. If I push it in, I'm going backwards. So if I look up at the sky with the right click and a drag, and then I go out, I'm going up into the sky. Now I right click down and see how high up I am. I'm getting an aerial view of things that I made in this game. We have an island over here. We have some houses, lots of trees, lots of fish. I am still making this, and it just keeps going on, even after the terrain, which I'll get into later because we're going to cover terrains. And as you can see, it just keeps going. Okay, so what is that? Oh. Okay. Sitting it down in the water a little bit. Let's undo that. Okay, we'll leave it that way. Alright, so over here we're going to click play. Now you can play multiplayer my language, multiplayer any language, or private room, because you can send this to a friend. And you can save, or you can save as. So I could save this right here as a different name and have a whole complete different game and still keep this one. So basically I can make maps. I could like put my man on an island and let him fish from that island. And the way I would do that is I would go to settings and I would put a picture of the island in here, and then I would say the island name. And close. So we're gonna play anyways, and just show you how this works. Well, I don't want to make changes. So we're going to go back in and we're going to play it from the way it was, which is yellow, brown, down. And we're going to click play. Now this is going to load a bit because it's got quite a lot in it. I'm still making it actually, but it does take a little bit to load because there's a lot of megabytes of data in here. And basically we are loading now. So I'm going to just let it load up. Once it's loaded, it'll be fine. Okay, so we're scrolling over. We're going to go out to the boat here. I'm going to take the boat out a little bit. And we're going to cast the rod. I hit the tree. Okay, we'll cast the rod here. put it right there on the, and then we'll get another rod in. So we'll use this one. And we'll put that on the pod. And now we'll just wait and see what we catch here. We got a bite already. See that rod right there? It's going crazy. The one on the right. See it? There it goes. We're going to click on the E. And we got a bass, folks. It's a striper. So, I'm going to let the bass take us through a little tour underwater, and you can see all the things I've made under the water. I put weeds, I put objects, all sorts of things under the water to give it the top game look. So when the Ultimate Fishing Simulator came out with the aquarium, I was like, why do you need an aquarium when you can just have all your fish from the editor? But a lot of people didn't realize about the editor, and they never really caught on to it. It's really easy to use, and I wanted to show everyone how to use it. So what we're going to do is, on this channel, I'm going to teach you how to make games like this in the editor. Now I'm going to just pop her into 100, and we're going to take the fish in, now that it's already taken us for a little tour into the murky waters of Louisiana. £74 and 27, almost 75 pounds. That's a hell of a bass for a striper. Big bass. Okay, we'll release that baby, and we will cast it back in. See what else we can catch. And we'll just pop that down to 0. Put her on the pod, and we'll just head out to a different spot here. Now you see the map up there on the left, and that little globe with all the spots. Those spots are fish. If one turns red, that means you get a bite. So we're going to go. There you go. See the red one right there? We got a bite. And it's going to be this rod again. It's another striper. We'll let him give us a tour again, so you can see what I've developed under the water. Got logs. $76, almost 77 pounds. That's a big striper. Okay. Pop that in like so. And we'll get the other one that's on there as well. We've already got a bite. Let's hope it's not another striper. And it's not, it's a carp. It's a silver carp. So we'll let the silver carp take us for a tour. £36, 36 and a half. Not bad. So, yeah. I mean, this game here, there's so much. So much that I put into this game, and it's not even done yet. Over here we have a big island. There's a beach over there with chairs on the beach. There's houses on the island. It just goes on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to escape. And we're going to go back into the game editor. Now we're going to go into new. And I'm going to show you how to make a terrain. Now you can make a terrain right here with a width of 1/500, a length 1/500, or max 50. Always keep the maximum height the same, because all you're going to do is make the land crust bigger. But the length can always go bigger. You can go 100 or so, and have a large land mass. And then you select what you want for your land. This is what we're going to go with. I'm going to go with 1/5 to keep it small and short. We're going to create the terrain. So here we're going to go with 100 on the size. So we bring in all of this up at once. Okay, then we're going to look up in the sky with a right click and the wheel out, and then we're going to go down, click train. That's your train. Now click objects. That's your train that's all brown. So what we want to do is go to train, left click to bring it up. And we're going to color it all in, and we're going at the strength of 10%. So you see it coming through now. Up here we still need to color that in, bring it up a little bit. Now that's in. Now over here, now over here, now over here. Now we have our train. Now we're going to go backwards. Going to zoom in. Click on terrain, and we're going to go, what about, on this one we're going to go with about 31. And we're going to go with the strength of 100%, but wait a minute, no. We're going to go to set height, and we're going to go to 0, strength at 100%. And then we're going to left click, and it's going to give you that. Okay? So you're making a lake. And we're going to make the lake right there. Now, we're going to go down.